Hey guys, this is Nate from RunDreamAchieve.com. Hope you guys are having a great start to your day. Today's video I want to talk on the concept of how to build your aerobic base. And we talked a lot over in other videos about how important laying that base foundation before you start moving into your anaerobic workouts and doing those tempo runs. Building the foundation of your preparation for your races is absolutely critical. You cannot be in a rush and just start jumping into doing track workouts and doing longer tempo runs. I've been there before myself. You get excited and it's very easy to want to jump into start doing those harder types of workouts, but you have to be patient with yourself and be patient with this process of building your base mileage of kilometers and mileage before you start into doing the harder anaerobic workouts and building into those longer duration tempo runs and the AT anaerobic threshold runs we talk about. And obviously we can't just jump into doing faster long runs that I've discussed in other videos as well as on RunDreamAchieve.com. Running long runs at faster paces first and foremost takes fitness. You cannot just jump into doing a 12 to 15 mile long run at like 60% of that long run running at around 85% of your maximum heart rate. You have to spend some time first building that aerobic base that is absolutely important and critical, essential for you to be very, very fit and very strong as you move into doing more specific types of workouts. So in terms of how to build your aerobic base, you really have to keep in mind what your goals are. Know that following a plan, first and foremost, is critical. Knowing exactly what you need to be doing on a daily, monthly, and as you're looking long-term, a yearly basis. You always have to continue to think about make short-term goals, but also make long-term goals. A short-term goal might be to break a 5-minute mile. We talked about this in the last video, and just so you guys are aware, below that video now, as well as on RunDreamAchieve.com, if you click on training programs, there's a drop-down, and there is the 5-minute mile training plan that's listed on the website now as well. So if you're trying to break a 5-minute mile, definitely check out the 5-minute mile training plan that I created. It's specifically built, and we talk about the aerobic base. The first 4 weeks of that 16-week training plan is 100% focused on aerobic base mileage with some very, very light workouts that are not in any way, shape, or form going to tax you or fatigue you in any way. It's those last 12 weeks of the training plan where we move into anaerobic work, moderate anaerobic work, and then more into a specific phase of training where we're focusing more on getting you accustomed to what sub 5-minute mile pace feels like. And then the last 4 weeks is more focused on the taper phase of the training. Specifically, the last 10 days of that last 4 weeks is where we're focusing on that. But in terms of your aerobic base, all distance runners, myself included, over the years, you have to spend that first anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks of just running easy miles, preferably running between 5 and 6 100-meter strides every other day, usually about 3 days a week during that base mileage phase of your training. And that way you've built your ligaments, and your tendons have become accustomed to getting out and handling running on pavement, running on concrete. And then as you get fitter and you've laid that foundation, then you begin to start moving into your the anaerobic phases of your training, doing those VO2 max workouts we talk about, doing faster long runs accompanied by very easy, relaxed long runs, and continuing to focus on absolutely jogging on your recovery days, making it to a point where you are going to be 100% recovered from doing those hard track workouts or hard anaerobic work on the roads, whether it be fartlek runs where you're doing like say 21-minute hard followed by 1 minute easy bursts on the roads. That's also one of my favorite types of workouts. When I was training for the marathon, I would also focus on doing like 21K reps with 1K recovery. So I would do 1K hard followed by 1K easy. So it's 10K of hard 1K reps followed by 10K very easy relaxed. Altogether, it's a 20K run, but doing that type of fartlek is very, very important too, because you're alternating, obviously speeding up and running at higher heart rates, very high anaerobic efforts, and then allowing yourself time to recover. And then preferably around 48 hours after that workout, you've given yourself 2 days of total recovery while you're jogging on your recovery days. That's very, very important that you focus as you're building your aerobic base, and then you're moving into more specific types of training. Recovery really plays a part. So it's very, very important to always keep in mind that what is your short-term goals, and more specifically, what is the long-term goal that you're trying to go after. Continually focus on visualizing yourself doing what you want to do. It has to become, I continue to harp on this because it's so important, it has to become a reality. It has to happen first in the mind, in real life. I know this is fact. I know how powerful this is. The last American to win the 10,000 meter, Billy Mills said it best. He said, the subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between reality and imagination. So the power of the subconscious mind is absolutely mind-boggling how strong and powerful that is, where you continually focus in on what you're wanting to do as an athlete, whether it's breaking a 5-minute mile, breaking a 3-hour marathon, qualifying for the Boston Marathon, or running your first 5K. You have to continually visualize, see yourself, spend between 10 to 15 minutes every day seeing yourself doing what you're wanting to do. That way your subconscious mind will work in your favor and will work toward getting you what exactly you're going after, what you want. But aerobic base is absolutely important. You can't skimp on that. You cannot kind of rush the process. Nobody jumps into hard anaerobic workouts and getting fit and getting ready to run a hard 5K or a marathon or a 10-mile race without laying that strong base, that strong aerobic base of training. So it's really, in terms of how to build your aerobic base, you just continue to be patient with yourself, invest in yourself. Like I said, investing in training programs, coaching, any type of or courses. I do have training programs as well as running courses on RunDreamAchieve.com that are built for athletes such as yourself that are seeking answers to these types of questions. And it also speeds up the process because you're not second guessing. You're not kind of wondering, well, what should I be doing this day, or how should I factor in that my taper, or how should I do that? If you already know and you have it written down and you can see what you need to be doing on a daily basis leading into each week of your training, it takes all the second guessing and all the guesswork out of your preparation leading into your big races. So, but the aerobic base and the aerobic component of your preparation for your races is essential for your success. Aerobic running is still very important. If you want to be a better middle to long distance running, you don't need to continue to just run hard all the time, or thinking that high mileage is going to be the key. Most oftentimes it's the smartest athletes that get the best results, not the hardest working athletes. I've been on both sides of the coin, and working harder isn't always the answer to getting better results. It's working smarter, focusing more on quality work rather than quantity, and getting away from just thinking that I have to run more mileage or I have to run fast all the time. That's not the case. You have to allow yourself time to recover, slow down on your easy days. Just know that the best athletes around the world jog on their recovery days. I've trained with sub 2:11 marathoners from Kenya and Ethiopia and the United States and elsewhere that absolutely would run anywhere from like 9 to 10 minute mile pace on their easy days, but on our hard days we would be doing mile repeats at like 4:35 to 4:40 per rep, or we would be doing tempo runs at like 5:20 to 5:35 mile pace at altitude at 6,400 feet. So if these types of athletes can do that, and take it easy on their easy days, then so can you. So I hope this video has been helpful for you guys. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or concerns. If you're brand new to the channel, click on that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so when I make a new video, you'll be notified of it. And I hope you guys have a great weekend, a great week of training, and I'll talk to you guys all in the next video.